since you guys are progressives and most of your audience are progressives and brain dead, you guys have to take this progressive side so you guys don't lose your audience. That's why.
And even if they did.
And these guys are chronic fence sitters, by the way. These guys, here's the thing. They cosplay as centrists, but they're actually progressives, these dudes. Just so you guys know. These motherfuckers are socialists.
Orange man's going to pardon him because he don't give a fuck about the law. The law means nothing to him. I'm going to Venezuela because of drugs. And then he pardons like, a former president who sold so much drugs in this country. Nothing matters.
Yeah, well, anyone that has a brain knows that the Venezuelan invasion had nothing to do with drugs. We understand this, yes.
So it's not him being accountable, don't count on it, in my opinion. When I watched the clip, I cued in on the exact same thing, which is why would you ever go in front of a vehicle that way?
You go around on the other side.
Because he was recording the vehicle, right? Documenting the incident, and then she fucking started driving at him. That's why, retard. That is why.
It's a really bad practice for the safety of yourself and for the situation because you're going to make it escalate if you get.
And clearly, he didn't think that she was going to fucking try to run him over, okay? He did not think that she was going to run him over. And she tried.
100%.
And then you put yourself in jeopardy. So it's just bad police practice. But then also
see, notice how they're putting all the onus on the law enforcement official when she had been given lawful commands to get out the car. And instead of getting out the car, what does she do? She fucking, and here's the other thing too, you guys got to understand. As he's recording, he doesn't know that the other agent is coming up saying, get out the car. Or he didn't know that he was gonna say, get out the car the way that she did. So that obviously escalated the situation. Keep that in mind too, guys. He didn't know that the other guy was gonna get out the fucking car and say, get out the car. That obviously escalates the situation. So he had seconds to react to that. And the reaction was she decides to put in reverse and floor it at him. Another important thing for you guys to understand, he was not the officer that escalated the situation. It was the other guy that did that.
The person in the car is also bad. But even if you get them, if their foot is still on the pedal and they just press, which is very natural for a lot of people to do, they're running right into a house in a residential area. If the cameraman was not behind the thing but in front, he might have got hit by the car. So it's really stupid in so many different ways, him shooting at the car. People saying, well, this woman's, first off, she wasn't going that fast.
This is what cops do all the time. You always shoot at the fucking car if they're coming at you. Okay? What?
Shooting her ensures that she has no control over her vehicle. So it's not a good thing. And at the same time, fleeing.
This is a guy that has no fucking training, clearly. Like, dude, it's really interesting to watch people that have no law enforcement training give their fucking brain dead commentary.
Crime worthy of you having to shoot. Now, they're going to make the argument, if I'm being fair, where they're saying she's using this vehicle as a deadly weapon or whatever it could be.
And that's all that's needed to justify it is a deadly weapon. That's irrefutable.
If you look at the position of the tires, she was not going towards.
Here we go. I knew that. Dude. Bruh, do you think he can see the tire from his position? Can he see the fucking tire where it is? Most of these vehicles, a lot of the times, you can't see the fucking tire the way it's pointed when it's coming at you. And honestly, even if you could see it, it wouldn't matter. Okay, we don't judge things on 20/20 hindsight. But honestly speaking, most modern vehicles, you cannot see the fucking direction of the tire in the wheel well. Dumbass.
Officer, she was.
Of course, this nigga makes this brain dead commentary.
Going away from him.
And if I'm,
but then again, that's going to be me.
That's something they're going to argue in court.
Yeah, because the cop is not.
You can see he is quite close by the time it happened. Yeah, I'm telling you what the legal.
And here's the other thing too. They're not going to go off of what you two numbskulls say. They're going to go off of what was known to the officer at the time of the shooting. Was it reasonable? Was it proportionate? Okay. And honestly, given the facts and circumstances, based on what happened in the situation, it's going to be good. Your guys' commentary doesn't really matter, honestly. Law enforcement and use of force in general is never judged on 20/20 hindsight like these motherfuckers are trying to give right now.
It's going to be. Yeah, I'm saying because you got to go beyond a reasonable doubt. 100%. And you guys might not like this, but oftentimes cops get that doubt. More often than not.
100%.
It's not even part of DHS policy to go after somebody in terms of a chase like this.
In my 25.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. If they commit a felony, you can have, and which they did commit a felony. They struck him, which is impeding. Again, don't know what you're talking about.
5 years. I've done
18 U.S.C. 111, impeding, obstructing, and or assaulting a law enforcement official. That is a felony.
Hundreds of vehicle stops. If someone is fleeing, that is not a justification for the use of deadly force.
Under the Department of Homeland Security's use of force policy, firearms may not be discharged solely to disable a moving vehicle, and shooting at a moving vehicle is tightly restricted.
Yeah. See, it's funny. You know, it's funny because I know that memo because I've actually worked for the agency. That's within a chase. Okay. See how they fucking framed that just now? See how they framed that? Yeah. Shooting at a fleeing vehicle during a chase. Yeah, you can't do that. And most law enforcement agencies, you can't do that. There's some rogue state police agencies out there that will let you shoot out tires, but in a chase, yeah. But this isn't a chase. This is a woman trying to run over a federal agent. Not the same whatsoever, Abba and Preach. See how they try to fucking frame that shit? Disingenuous fucking assholes. Holy.
So
to disable a moving Department of Homeland Security's use of
fleeing, that is not a justification for the use of deadly force.
Under the Department of Homeland Security's use of force policy, firearms may not be discharged solely to disable a moving vehicle, and shooting at a moving vehicle is tightly restricted.
But if it's coming at you in a self-defense fashion, that's different. That's an exception. And I love how they're fucking using this memo, right, to say, oh, you can't shoot into a car when this is a completely different scenario. Not the same scenario whatsoever, you fucking dumbasses.
So my training was that you cannot use deadly or lethal force solely to stop a fleeing vehicle.
It's not about them fleeing. It tried to run him over, dude. Brain dead DEA agent. Literally, if a car's trying to run you over, you can shoot at that fucking vehicle. Absolutely all day.
1994, 95. We changed it in LAPD when I was there in 2004. But it's basically simple, which is if you're confronted by a moving vehicle that could be a threat to you, get out of the way of the vehicle and don't shoot at a car. Now, this is...
That's another law enforcement agency. Every law enforcement agency has a different thing. And here's the thing. Get out if you can. That's assuming perfect scenarios. Use of force isn't always perfect, okay? He clearly didn't see that she was going to fucking try to run him over. And she did. And he responded accordingly. Just like many use of force situations, you don't see it coming. You respond. And that's how he responded.
If you enjoy my videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want to create clips like these fast, try Opus Clips. It's smart, simple, and built for creators.